Hey everybody, this is Teresa with the Intentional Classroom. I apologize, no video of me today, but I'm looking like a hot mess, and I thought it was more important to get you some new content than to, while sitting in a hotel room in Dallas, making myself all glamorous before bed. So here we are, and today we are going to go through facial shapes. I chose this because this is, and always has been, one of the harder topics for most of my students to grasp onto. So I thought, well, this is a really great opportunity to do just a really quick little review of what these are. Okay, so why is it so important? Well, we need to know the facial shapes so that we can create balance and strive to make this oval facial shape. So the oval facial shape is considered the ideal facial shape. Okay, this is what we're striving to balance to get. Okay, it's the goal. I hate that our industry does this, that we even have a goal, because I think everybody is beautiful in their own way, but it is what it is, and this is what you have to know for a test, right? So I want to start with that oval face and recognize that if we were to break the oval face into 3 horizontal sections, we would get 3 perfect sections where each of them is the exact same size, okay? And these sections are from the forehead to the tip of the nose. No, I'm sorry, the forehead to the top of the eyebrows to the tip of the nose, and the tip of the nose to the chin. This gets easier when I can see myself in the camera, I guess, and since I can't, I'm throwing myself off. But that's how we break up the oval face. So you might have a test question that says something like, how many equal sections can we break the oval face into? And it's 3. The oval face can wear just about any style you could imagine for it. Okay, so the next facial shape is a round facial shape, and this is considered wide. Now, I used to have a really wide, round face. At 350 pounds, you could absolutely see that I had like a little P for a head. I've lost a lot of weight, so it's kind of slimmed out, but wide was always kind of where I sat and had to combat to get to that oval shape, okay? So when we think about facial shapes, I want you to remember opposites, okay? So if we've got width, we have to add length, okay? So for a round facial shape, we need vertical lines, which means we need to either add width to the top, so maybe some volume up top or a pompadour, some short hair. When I was really, really big, I tended to wear a pompadour and short hair where I could kind of add that height to the top. We really want to avoid horizontal lines. So think about it just like we would in clothing, right? As a bigger girl, you would have never seen me in horizontal stripes, but perhaps in vertical stripes, because horizontal stripes always made me appear wider, okay? So the round facial shape, we need vertical lines to add height. Let's get into triangle. This is also known as the pear-shaped face. If you can't tell, I had a lot of fun making these graphics for this demonstration, just because, I mean, come on. I did not know Canva had so many sets of eyes to choose from. Okay, back to pear face. When we look at a pear face, we need width at the forehead, okay? Because we usually have a very narrow forehead and a very wide jaw. Okay, so we need to add width to that forehead, and then we need to narrow it down at the jaw. Something that really helps with this is a strong horizontal fringe or bang, okay? So I want you to picture a bang on this. Go look at Kelly Osbourne. She's got the perfectly pear-shaped face, and you can find plenty of pictures of her, some with a bang, some with a not having a bang, and you can totally see a difference, okay? So that pear-shaped face, we need to add some width at that forehead, so a strong fringe is really going to be a great solution there. The next facial shape is a square. So what we're dealing with a square is normally that it's pretty wide, but also it has very harsh corners, very hard edges, okay? You usually have a wide forehead and a wide jaw, so we need to soften it up. So we don't want to add just a straight up horizontal bang here, because remember, horizontal lines add even more width. And so if somebody has a square shaped face, they're going to have an even wider forehead, right? A wider face. So we need to consider something like a side bang and maybe some soft layers around the face, so some fringe around the face, okay? So that A-frame, something like that is going to soften all of those angles up. Length would be good here. You do want to avoid a horizontal line right at the jaw because that's just going to make things even wider, okay? So that's your square face. Let's get into oblong. Now, this is like a super long face, okay? So it's like an oval, but it's totally stretched out, all right? So we've got long lines. We've got vertical lines in this oblong face. So we need horizontal lines to balance it back out. How do we get there? Well, think about adding some volume to the sides, perhaps a horizontal fringe. So maybe a strong bang there, right? Maybe a strong fringe horizontal bang there. Maybe a bob. A bob would actually be a really great choice if you have that. It's really in right now to have, that part down the middle bob, that kind of thing, right? So that's a great option for something like the oblong face. All right, next up is diamond. When we have a diamond face, we have a narrow forehead and a narrow chin, okay? We also have really strong cheekbones when we have a diamond face. So we've kind of got to soften up those cheekbones while adding width at the forehead and the jaw. So you've heard me say it already, that if you need to add width to a forehead, the bang is your best friend, right? The horizontal fringe is your absolute best friend. Narrowness at the cheeks means we probably need to put some soft A-frame fringe around the cheeks, and then maybe, a stronger horizontal bob at the jaw as well. So lots of options there, but remember, if you've got something narrow, we need to add width, and that means a horizontal line of some sort. Okay. Let's get to heart. Now, the heart-shaped face is also known as an inverted triangle or as an upside-down triangle because it's basically a triangle flipped upside down. Sometimes it has a widow's peak. That's when it becomes more of a heart. So remember, a widow's peak is where they have that little point in their forehead of hair, okay? So what do we need to do? Well, we need to narrow that forehead down because they have a very wide forehead. So something like that horizontal bang is not your friend in a situation like this. However, that strong jawline bob is, because now you're adding width right at that jawline, which we need, okay? So what you could do for a heart-shaped face is a side bang where it's going to break up the forehead with a bob right at the jaw, and that's going to balance that facial shape for you. If you're thinking of a little bit more than this, go check out Cosmetology Exam Reviews. So if you don't know, I finally launched my online program. It has about 80 different tests, practice tests that you can take, broken down into modules, broken down into subject matter, and then finals. It's got 12 different breakdown videos where I really go into all of the information you need for your state exam. This will cover everything from the ladies that you need, as well as everything from pivot point, no matter what state you are in, okay? So if you need a little extra help, go check out my program at cosmetologyexamreview.com. Don't forget to subscribe to this video, and I can't wait to see you next time.